Uh, All right, welcome everyone. My name is Catherine Wilkerson. I am having a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I did want to welcome everyone. We are giving everybody just a minute to get in, and then I'm going to give an introduction of our wonderful host today.
Great.
All right. All right. So looks like we've had everybody trickle in. If everybody wanted to go ahead and mute their mics or anything, we can go ahead and just begin now. I'm going to introduce Diana. Diana is recently retired from the Baltimore City Community College. She holds many roles at QM, including a board member and a chair member of the Academy Advisory Council. Diana taught face-to-face and online for over 20 years. So with that, please take it away, Diana.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I also have been with Maryland Online for since 2000 till I retired, and that was 2020, and so for 20 years. And then after I retired, I didn't want to retire from Maryland Online. And now it's my pleasure to share with you one of our Maryland Online programs, which is MOL-X. I'm going to share my screen now, so bear with me for one moment and put my presentation here. Okay, so now you can see. For those of you who don't know about Maryland Online, Maryland Online is a consortium of 19 colleges and universities, as you can read actually from the slide. And we in Maryland should be very proud that Maryland Online created Quality Matters, which now is huge, about 1,600 subscribers only in the United States, and then 38 countries outside of the United States. Is there anything else that maybe Wendy would like to say about Maryland Online, or maybe about how MOL-X was started?
Sure. Thanks, Deanna. Not much more to say on Maryland Online. We do have all 16 community colleges as members, as well as UMGC, Morgan State University, and Stevenson University. And if you are interested in more information, you can go to our website or certainly email me, Deanna, anybody from Maryland Online, and we can give you more information. MOL-X, which stands for Maryland Online Exchange, was a project that came directly from the needs of our board representatives of those 19 institutions, as Deanna mentioned. And what we were finding was that there was a need to be able to hire part-time faculty, sometimes right before a semester started, sometimes for long-term contracts. And it was difficult to find, locate, and get someone onboarded quickly when needed. So we started talking about having a place where our local adjuncts, our local part-time faculty in Maryland could put their information in the form of credentials and a resume. And our hiring departments at our member institutions would be able to quickly locate someone who was in Maryland or had experience because they were either already working or had previously worked at another member institution, or perhaps had Quality Matters training. In other words, kind of a localized version of a hiring website, like monster.com, but it would be just for higher education faculty in the state of Maryland. Now, just a caveat, that's not to say that we don't occasionally go outside of our borders, particularly if you're in places along those those institutions that are near the state borders, like Pennsylvania or Virginia, DC, etc. But we did want to kind of keep it local in our region. So we played around with a couple of different ideas. How could we do this? We needed to consider security and privacy, things like that. Got a lot of information from stakeholders that included the CAOs of some of our institutions. We talked to adjunct faculty themselves to find out what needs they would need on their end. And our board representatives, of course, gave us a lot of feedback. And we created this process, and very excited to share it with you today. And I'm going to turn it back over to Deanna.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. So when you already introduced MOL-X, it's a platform that is used for our exchange. And the site, the program itself is called NAC. And we are very fortunate to have Jeremy, who looked at NAC as a good site for our repository of the MOL-X program. The same program, NAC, is the site for our Dolly program, which is another program that I am focusing on from Maryland Online. And as you read from the slide, in the very short form, this is what you can remember, that it's a repository that facilitates connection between hiring agents and part-time faculty. In our site, we have designed 3 separate roles, and I'm going to talk about each role. So part-time hiring and MOL representative. Part-time faculty accounts are probably the most important. And as part-time faculty gets interested in the site, that person can go on the address for MOL-X and self-create an account. So they put their email address, they create their password, and then they follow the prompts to upload that information that is considered important for MOL-X. We received feedback from various administrators in MOL that the hiring managers are interested in recent professional development for the part-time. So this is one extra entry that faculty members can put when they create their accounts. For instance, if they had QM training, they had some internal professional development training at a certain college, so that can be input there. The second role in MOL-X is hiring managers accounts, right? I can create them, of course, but anyone who is an MOL board representative, so it's representative representing his or her institution in MOL, can create a hiring manager account. That account needs to be created in order to ensure that is validated account, right? So MOL representatives know who the chairs or the deans are, those who need to identify the qualified faculty or the program managers, right? And then they can create their accounts in MOL-X. And I'm going to demonstrate after I show this, and you probably will understand it better. But it's very important that to remember that not anybody can say, I want to be a hiring manager. That person has to be vetted by someone at the institution. And then Maryland Online representative accounts. And these are accounts given to the 19 representatives of Maryland Online Board. And these representatives can create hiring manager accounts. Why they can create them? Because they know their colleagues who identify qualified part-time faculty for their institution. So they are the ones who vet the hiring agents. And this is a very important consideration, that MOL-X is only a repository. So let's say a program manager identifies a qualified part-time faculty, then that part-time faculty needs to go to the college's website, get in touch with the HR department, and follow the appropriate procedures to be hired at the college or university, including the appropriate vetted process. So if a part-time faculty member is identified, that doesn't mean that this person is immediately hired. That person still needs to be vetted at the institution. So I'm going to get out of this and then show how our site looks. In order to show you how everything looks, I have to log in through various roles, and yeah, that means that my computer shouldn't remember that I was there first as a representative, and then allow me to go as a faculty or allow me to go as a hiring agent. But let me go in as representative, right? So this is a login for a person who is a hiring agent. As you see, there is an introduction on the welcome page, and here is video that shows how the site works, right? So a hiring manager, let's say it's a beginning of the spring semester, and there is a big need for some faculty for math. So I say math, and I click on search. And as you see, there are some faculty who say that they can teach math. Or I can say maybe, let's say, English. And here are more faculty who can teach English, or let's say sociology. And so you see, it's fairly easy to identify faculty who can teach in a specific discipline. Okay, so I'm going to show you now the participating institutions, and you may recognize your own institution here. Okay, so this is the hiring agent view. I'm going to log out here, and okay, I have to see. I want to go to adjunct, and okay. Okay, right. So this is a view that you see as a part-time faculty member. There is also a welcome page. There is also a video that shows how the site works. And if I am a faculty member, I'm an adjunct member, and I am interested in maybe teaching at any institution in Maryland. What I have here on one page, I have for every institution part of Maryland Online, I have the main website, the HR website, the job listing, and the job listing site. So instead of going one by one at a certain institution, I can go to, let's say, the site for CCBC, and let me see if there is any job opening there that I can see. And see, look at this. It took me right away to that site. That in itself, we believe, is an incentive for adjunct faculty members to create an account for themselves and to start using MOL-X. And as you see, I am here at Anne Arundel, and you know, these are the job postings. So from this one site, anybody can go and search for job openings at participating institution in one place, which I think is a good advantage. Going back to my presentation, and following with the advantages of MOL-X, it's really easy to use. I already mentioned about uploading relevant professional development training. And then hiring managers search by discipline. So I need to find somebody to teach music appreciation. They will put music appreciation or just music, and they can find anybody there. You may wonder how MOL-X is different from other similar sites. It's Maryland-based. And then we can invite, as Wendy said, folks from outside of Maryland, both as prospective part-time faculty or hiring managers, right? That latest professional development is extremely important because now with the increase of classes that are offered in a variety of digital-based technologies, a lot of hiring managers are looking for part-time faculty who have good training in terms of how to teach online or hybrid or high flex. There is no catch. Maryland Online is a nonprofit consortium. There is no commercial use, and everybody's data is protected. Also, those who look for possible adjunct faculty to teach their classes are vetted by the MOL representatives. And just a little push there to use MOL-X. The more we have now 55 adjunct faculty who have accounts in MOL-X, but the more we spread the word and the more we have folks to use the site, the more robust it's going to get. We understand that the site is used mostly before the beginning of a session. So we are looking now if there is a need for part-time faculty for the winter session or the spring session. And you see on the slide, this is the URL, and you have also the QR code in case you need it. And with that, I thank you. That was what I wanted to share. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I don't know if there are any questions. I have not looked at the chat. Maybe there are questions in the chat, or maybe, okay, so no questions whatsoever. I know many of you do not have your cameras on, but it would benefit if you could react, through the using the reaction emoticons in Zoom. Would you be willing to spread the word about MOL-X and use it either for hiring agent or faculty? No, I see a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah. I hope this is clear. I hope I made it clear to show you how it works. I think that its clarity and streamline use is an advantage for using that. So thank you so much to all of you who put the thumbs up. Really, this is all I had to present. I don't know if Wendy or Julie or any of the members of MOL board, because I see Stephen is here and Kimi. Anybody would like to add? That would be wonderful. And Stephanie.
Sure, Deanna, I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
I'm excited to share this with my school, because I know as a former department chair and faculty member, trying to get a quality adjunct is key. And I think what will make this successful is making sure we reach into all of our institutions and talk not just to the hiring managers, but to deans, program managers, whatever their title, that are hiring managers. Not just to get access to this, but also to get their adjuncts to participate. Not that we're trying to steal adjuncts from somebody else, but part of our job is to make sure we support those adjuncts. And
right.
I think this is a great opportunity to just get benefit for ourselves as well as for everybody else to benefit.
Right. And for the adjuncts, it's also beneficial because sometimes, we know how enrollment is sometimes decreasing, and they would like to teach maybe 3 classes, but they have only 2. This is a place where they can see if there is a job that is posted out there in one of the Maryland online colleges. I also know that at most institutions, there is an adjunct professional development day at the beginning of every semester or session, and it would be great if those of you who are part of organizing such professional development for adjuncts would also include information about MOL-X. And also, I would like to make myself available to you in case you want me to give a presentation to your administrators or adjunct faculty. Just let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that for you.
I just wanted to add one quick thing, and that is we are still building this and we are testing it as we go along. So we welcome any feedback. If you go on and you notice something that we can improve, just send. We're still building this, and the more feedback we get, the better we can build it. And while we're, it's a chicken egg kind of thing where we're trying to build up more and more resumes on there so that the hiring departments will see value in hiring. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you can always change your status on there, as Deanna mentioned, if you're not interested in teaching, but put your information on there, and the more we get, I think the better it will become. And maybe next year we'll be having a webinar on a completely different topic, maybe how to improve your resume or what have you, so that you can get hired even more. So that's all I wanted to add, but thank you, Deanna.
This is such a good point, Wendy. And as I was preparing for this webinar, I was logging in as a hiring agent, and I said, let me conduct a search. And the first word that I put in the discipline was philosophy. I couldn't find any part-time faculty member for philosophy, but there were quite a few for many other disciplines. So again, the more adjunct faculty we have there, we have a bigger pool and choice of locating somebody we need to hire, because here we are 2 days away from a semester and we just opened a new section. The same for the hiring managers. We are now excited about having the experience that for the spring semester, there were a number of hires that resulted from the use of MOL-X. That would be awesome.
So yes, Julie in the chat shared, maybe hearing some thoughts. She'd be interested in hearing some thoughts about spreading the word. So anybody online, if they would have any thoughts about spreading the word, we would love to hear them. Or additional, I know we've shared a few, but.
And I also know, because before I retired, I was working closely with adjunct faculty, that every institution, every college or university has a list of the part-time faculty who typically teach at their college. So if you can forward this list to your list of faculty members, that would be also very good. I also want to add the fact that if there is an adjunct faculty member who is in big demand, that person can indicate on the account on MOL-X that he or she is unavailable, right? So then we know it's unavailable. But otherwise, once they create that account there, I am sure that every single one of the 55 that we already have there hope to be called at one point or another.
So we do have a question in the chat, actually maybe two now. So Shantisha, do all institutions pull from this source? So I don't know who may be best for that one. And then the second one, or maybe let's address that one first. Do all institutions pull from this source?
We have just started, which means that we started just a few months ago. All the institutions are aware of the site. The word is spreading very fast. And yes, all the 19 colleges and universities in Maryland Online can pull from the source.
Awesome. So then Carmen is asking a different question. Is there a fee to join MOL? Because they'll be asked that.
If no, there is no fee. Joining MOL is an institutional decision, but any part-time faculty member can join MOL-X regardless, whether this part-time faculty member is part of, you taught at an MOL institution or not.
Okay. Yeah, so I hope that answered questions. I believe there will be a link to the presentation or the website and that they can share. But then I wanted to prompt a question from Julie. If we have any hiring managers here, we'd appreciate hearing from your experience with hiring part-time faculty. And do you often need them, especially last minute? So a question prompt to everybody there from Julie. If any hiring managers are on the line. What's your experience with hiring part-time faculty?
I'll actually, two avenues, if you don't mind. So one, and this is a while ago, a lot of times we get resumes on our own from somebody that's interested. And I actually, in my role, even get adjuncts that say, hey, I'd like to teach in business. I always direct those to the program coordinator, whoever's in charge of the area. They can reach out as a subject matter expert, but then what we always tell them is, here's the website, which Deanna actually showed as an example, to get them to apply. And then the other scenario, which actually Deanna's familiar with, we just had one in our continuing education area. It wasn't an HR representative, but again, it was a hiring manager. And the question was, do they get different access or opportunities? And we established, no, I mean, they're a hiring manager. So I think part of what's important there is, for all of you, is, yeah, we would want to make sure we talk with HR because maybe they've got avenues to market this, but certainly all the program folks should have access to that too, because they're the ones, boots on the ground, if you will, that are really looking for these adjuncts. And I think, as was presented, the process is still the same of going through the school's HR. This doesn't shortcut it, but what it does is at least gets names out there by topic, and as we work towards it, some vetting, particularly for online. So just some experiences of where we want to try and push.
And that is awesome. Thank you so much, Steve, for all the support that you have for MOL-X. Just a note, I uploaded my presentation in the chat for everyone if you want to click on it and make a copy on your desktop.
Yep. And we do have another question. Can recently retired professionals, professors, I'm sorry, professionals, we're all professionals, can recently retired professors join MOL?
They can join MOL-X. So if, let's say, I'm also a recently retired faculty, and if I were to be interested in teaching English that I used to teach, then yes, I would go to MOL-X. I don't have to belong to anything. It's a completely free account that I will create there, and I will say yes, if you know, here is what I can teach, and hope that at one point somebody will contact me. So the answer is yes.
Perfect. And it looks like you have somebody who's signing up just next week. So we've got people on board. Very cool.
Yes, this is a good time actually, because I know that November is usually the time when the schedules are completed for the following session. So November, December is when a lot of colleges look at the class assignments for the spring semester. So that is a good time.
Perfect. Well, yeah, the chat has quieted down, but yes, it's we seem to have a lot of people on board. It seems so easy to navigate and everything. So I was highly impressed. So I hope, you know, folks can get in there and then obviously start, you know, generating some work from it. That'd be great.
Yes, when you go to the site, you'll see it's very, very clean. Lots of white spaces, a straightforward explanation of what the site is. Jeremy created these tutorial videos that are excellent. And then just, you know, going through the sites and seeing what's relevant for you. That is a plus. So I like the simplicity of it.
All right. But yes, I'm looking all over for either more reactions or any other questions in the chat. Like I said, things have quieted down. I do have a, you know, a final slide I can share. We always like to let folks know, you know, where you've been. If you had a, you know, want a reminder. Anything else maybe from anybody we'd like to share?
I want to thank everyone for allowing me to present. I'm excited about spreading the word of MOL-X, and I am here to answer your questions, any questions that you may have after this webinar. I can also put my my email available for anyone to use, and email me if you think about a question that didn't come to you during the session. I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, with that, everybody, again, Diana, thank you so much to MOL for hosting, and everyone have a great rest of your day. We will be seeing you at another webinar soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.